Hello and welcome to Learn Tagalog Lesson 3-2. My name is Alan and this is a continuation of the series of videos that I've been presenting. In this lesson, we want to take a look at this word here that we're looking at, nagtatrabaho. Nagtatrabaho. Now, I mentioned this in lesson 3-1. I said that trabajo means work, and then nagtrabajo or nagtatrabaho, like this one, means working. Okay? Nagtatrabaho ba kayo sa Clark Air Base, Ginong Turner? That means, are you working at Clark Air Base, Mr. Turner? He says, hindi po. Nagtatrabaho ako sa Subic Bay. Working I at Subic Bay. I'm working at Subic Bay. Okay? So we understand trabajo means work, but where did that nagta come in? That's what we're going to learn about. Okay? In fact, we'll look at it in this lesson and we'll look at it in the next lesson as well. Well, to help me out, I've brought in a couple brothers here, Mug and Nug. Mug and Nug are going to help us understand the mug verbs. Okay? Mug verbs. We're going to be seeing those over and over again, and they're very, very common in the language, so we might as well dive in and get a feel for them and learn what they're about. Okay? Mug and Nug. Let's get cooking with mug verbs. All right, to do this, we're going to introduce a root word known as luto. Luto. What does that mean? That means cook. Okay? Cook. You're going to see in the language a lot of words that are root words, and then they build on with additional affixes. Okay, we'll have prefixes and suffixes and so forth. They add at the beginning of the word or at the end of the word or in the middle of the word to give it a different meaning. And we'll look at that here. Okay, luto, cook. So to go on to the next one, let's make this a mug verb. By doing that, I want to just throw in the mug word. Let's go ahead and throw in mug. There it comes. Magluto. Magluto. What's that mean? That means to cook. Okay, luto means cook. Magluto means to cook. All right, it also can mean almost like a command or a suggestion to somebody to do something. Okay? Let's take a look at the example there. Gusto kong magluto ng pansit. Gusto kong magluto ng pansit. What's that mean? I like or I want to cook pansit. Okay, pansit. So they're using to cook in that regard. Want of me to cook of pansit. Okay? What's the next one say? Magluto ka. Magluto ka. It's telling somebody to cook. Okay? For example, just like you could tell a little child that doesn't want to go to sleep, you can say, go to sleep. Okay? If you are hungry and somebody is supposed to be cooking, and you can say, hey, go cook. Okay? Magluto ka. Magluto ka. So that's mug by itself in front of luto. Let's get rid of that and look at some other ways of using nug and mug. We're going to take a look at what's called the completed aspect. Okay? Now, if you're into English, you'll probably would think of this more like past tense. Okay? There is a word for that in respect to this language, which would be completed. You may find it much easier just to understand it as past tense. Believe me. Okay? To take a look at this, we need to find out, what do we do with this luto there? Luto sitting there all by itself. We already used mug. What if we put in nug? There's nug. Nagluto. What's that mean? Cooked. That means cooked. You already did it. Okay? You already completed it. It's past tense. Nagluto ako ng pansit. Cooked I of pansit. Okay? I cooked already. Okay? I already cooked it. Nagluto si Ana ng adobong manok. Cooked si Ana of adobong manok. Okay? Anna cooked adobong manok, or you could say chicken adobo in English. All right? Hopefully that makes some sense. So we saw mug come in first, and that was meaning to cook, or a suggestion to do something, or a command, basically, to do something. Okay? And then we brought in nug, brother nug. And that means past tense with the root there. All right, let's get rid of that and take a look at present tense, or what we would call incomplete. It's not finished yet, okay? It's still ongoing. Luto is there by itself. And watch what we do to luto. Take a look at the middle there. You see that little lu in the middle there? Okay? Luluto. Luluto. When we talk about present tense and future tense, by the way, we will double up the first syllable of the root word. That's what we just did. Luluto. So do we bring in Brother Nug or Brother Mug? Let's find out. Aha. Brother Nug again. Brother Nug says, Nagluluto. Nagluluto. What's that mean? Cooking. Cooking. Okay, we're cooking now. Nagluluto ang babae sa kutsina. Cooking the woman in kitchen. The woman is cooking in the kitchen. Nagluluto. Nagluluto siya ng ista. Nagluluto siya ng ista. Cooking she or he of ista. Now, I don't really want to use that of too much there, nug. Nug really doesn't mean of, okay? It is just pointing, in this case, pointing to the object that she is cooking or he is cooking. So, he or she is cooking fish, okay? Ista, fish. Now, so we saw mug come in one time for the to cook, and then we saw nug with the N, okay, nug, come in for the past tense and also for the present tense. But we also doubled up the first syllable of the root. That's how we got this nagluluto. Okay? Let's get rid of that and take a look at how to do future or contemplated, the contemplated aspect, future tense, if you will. Okay? Luluto. So we still have luluto in there, doubled up prefix, doubled up first syllable. Let's see what happens. Mug. There's mug. Okay, magluluto. Will cook. Will cook. Magluluto si Carla ng pansit mamaya. Will cook si Carla, that's the actor, that's the person doing the cooking. Pansit mamaya. Okay, pansit is the object, that's the food. Mamaya means later in the same day. Mamaya. Okay? Magluluto si Carla ng pansit mamaya. The next sentence says, Magluluto ako ng isda bukas ng umaga. Magluluto ako ng isda bukas ng umaga. Cooking, or will cook, I, fish, bukas, remember that? Tomorrow? Or I'm sorry, in the morning? Like magandang, actually that does mean tomorrow. Magandang umaga is what we already know. Umaga, bukas is tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow morning. Bukas ng umaga. Bukas ng umaga. So we're saying cooking, or will cook I fish tomorrow morning. Magluluto ako ng isda bukas ng umaga. Okay. That's future tense. Looking at all of these together, we have luto, which is the root. Magluto, which is the first one that came in, that means to cook, or it can also be a command or a suggestion to do something. Okay? Nagluto, cooked. That's completed. That's past tense. It's already done. Nagluluto, cooking, incomplete. You're still doing it. Okay? Nagluluto ako. I'm cooking. Magluluto, will cook. Magluluto ako bukas. Okay, I will cook tomorrow. All right. Okay, well, let's look at another mug verb. Araw. Araw. That's the root word. What does that mean? Study. Oh, okay. Study. Araw. Araw. Let's throw our mug in there again. There's Brother Mug. Mag-araw. Mag-araw. What do you think that means? To study. To study. Okay? Gusto kong mag-araw mamaya. Gusto kong mag-araw mamaya. Want of me to study later. I want to study later. And then they say, mag-araw tayo. Mag-araw tayo. Mag-araw tayo. What does that mean? We know tayo, right? That's we. Inclusive. It includes the person you're speaking to, the kausap. Okay? Mag-araw tayo. That means let's study. Okay? Study we. That's a suggestion. Or almost like a command, you know. If you're sitting around and you're in a group of people and you need to get some studying done, and we're just sitting around talking and not getting anything done, hey, mag-araw tayo. Mag-araw tayo. Let's study. All right. The next one that comes in again is the past tense, or the completed aspect. What do we use for that again? It works the same way. Okay, all these mug verbs work the same way. So what comes in here? Brother Nug or Brother Mug? Brother Nug. Nag-araw. We didn't do anything to the root. We left it alone. We just put nug on the end, or at the beginning of it. Nag-araw. Nag-araw. Studied. Nag-araw ako ng Tagalog. Studied I Tagalog. I studied Tagalog. Nag-araw ako kahapon. Studied I yesterday. I studied yesterday. Okay? Nag-aral ako kahapon. Present tense, or the incomplete aspect. We put the doubled up A in there. That's the first syllable is just A. Okay? And we duplicate it. You see that in the middle there? That A was duplicated. Aaral. Aaral. And Brother Nug comes in again from the present. Nag-aaral. Nag-aaral. Studying. We're doing it now. Studying. Okay? Nag-aaral ang anak ko sa sala. Nag-aaral ang anak ko sa sala. Studying the child of me in sala. That's living room. Okay? So, my child is studying in the living room. Nag-aaral siya. Nag-aaral siya. Siya, also pronounced siya, is he or she. Okay? It's gender neutral. He, or it means she. Nag-aaral siya. She is studying. She is studying. Or he is studying. Present tense. Okay, I'll get rid of that. And we're going to leave the aaral like that. We're going to have that doubled up first syllable. And we'll look at the future tense or contemplated aspect. What do we bring in there again? Brother Brother Mug, right? Brother Mug, there you go. Mag-aaral. Mag-aaral. We'll study. Mag-aaral si Carla ng Ingles mamaya. Mag-aaral ako ng Ingles bukas ng umaga. The first one says, we'll study si Carla, that's the actor, the person that will do the studying. English, okay, English, mamaya, later. And the second one says, basically, we'll study English tomorrow morning. Bukas ng umaga. Good. And looking at them again, we have aral, which is the root, which means study. Mag-aral, to study, or it could be a command or a suggestion. And then nag-aral, completed or past tense. We would say studied. Okay. And then nag-aaral, studying. That's the incompleted aspect. Studying. You're still doing it. Nag-aaral. Mag-aaral, will study. Great. Oh, there's Brother Mug. What's he have to say here? Infinitive, imperative, and future. Ooh, that sounds like grammar there. Infinitive. That means to do something, like to cook, to work, okay? To sleep, to clean, to do something. And then there's the imperative. Gives advice, okay? Maybe like, hey, maybe you should go to work, or maybe you should cook. Instructions, or it expresses a request or a command. And then there's the future. Will do in the future. So mug comes into play with the to cook, okay? Magluto, and the imperative, magluto, and the future, magluluto, right? There's Brother Nug. Brother Nug says, hey, I deal with the past and the present, all right? Did something, cooked, worked, cleaned, okay? And then also doing something now, the present, cooking or working or cleaning, things like that, okay? Doing it now, past and present. So what did we do? We did like nagluluto, and that was the present. The past was nagluto. We did not double up the first syllable, nagluto and nagluluto. Now, I want to make sure that you understand it. This may seem very, possibly it might seem complicated to you, okay? Like, how am I going to remember all this? All I can say is hang in there, read a lot, search on these words on the internet, look for these types of doubled up syllables and so forth, and it just will come to you. It really will. Okay, don't get too hung up on this grammar part. I do want to present it so that you have some understanding of it, but don't get hung up on it, please. Let's look at working with mug verbs again. Working with mug verbs. Aha. Trabajo. We know that one. Trabajo. Work. Work. That's the root word. Work. Now, to make that into a mug verb, we're going to do like we've been doing. Throw the mug in there. Magtrabaho. Magtrabaho. What's that mean? To work. Very good. To work. Gusto kong magtrabaho. I like to work, or I want to work. Gusto kong magtrabaho. Magtrabaho ka. Go to work. Okay? Get to work. Magtrabaho ka. All right. As we've been doing, we work with the past tense first. Okay? Completed. Something already done. You worked. Okay? Already did the work. What do we bring in? Brother Mug or Brother Nug? Nug. Hi, Nug. Nagtrabaho. Nagtrabaho. That means worked. Nagtrabaho ako sa ibang bansa. Worked I at another or a different country. Okay? I worked at a different country. And nagtrabaho siya sa mall. Or nagtrabaho siya sa mall. She worked at the mall. Or he worked at the mall. Worked he sa mall. Okay? Past tense. Present tense. Working now. What do? Nug, right? But before we can use nug, we need to double up the first syllable. But look at it. It's not really doubled up, right? It says ta-tra. Well, I'll tell you. Try to say tra-tra bajo. Tra-tra bajo. It's a tongue twister. It's much easier just to say ta-trabajo. Okay? Ta-trabajo. And so we do that. And we throw in the nug. Nagtatrabaho. We've seen that word before. Nagtatrabaho. Working. That means working. Nagtatrabaho si Maria sa Kuwait. Nagtatrabaho si Maria sa Kuwait. And then, nagtatrabaho siya sa mall. Nagtatrabaho siya sa mall. So, working Maria at Kuwait. Okay, I want to mention that I'm not sure how to say Kuwait in Tagalog. I don't think I've ever heard it before spoken by a Filipino. So I'm saying it as I would say it in English, but you might want to check on that one. Okay, nagtatrabaho si Maria sa Kuwait, and then there's nagtatrabaho siya sa mall. She's working at the mall. Okay, let's look at future tense for tatrabaho. All right, we still have that doubled up syllable there, and we bring in brother Mug. Hi, Mug. Magtatrabaho. Magtatrabaho. Will work. Magtatrabaho si Carla sa Pure Gold. Now, Pure Gold is the name of a business or a store in the Philippines. Okay, magtatrabaho si Carla sa Pure Gold. Will work Carla at Pure Gold. Carla will work at Pure Gold. Okay? Magtatrabaho siya sa Lunes. Lunes is Monday. Magtatrabaho siya sa Lunes. She will work Monday, or she will work on Monday. Okay? Future tense. Trabaho, magtrabaho, nagtrabaho, nagtatrabaho, and magtatrabaho. Yay. So hopefully this helped you out to getting a feel for these mug verbs. In lesson 3-3, we're going to take a look at this again and then have some more examples, okay? And I'll actually bring in some audio of a native speaker pronouncing these things instead of just me. So hopefully this was helpful to you, and I'll see you in lesson 3-3.